The story so far. Alia's search for the missing Eoxian Janique Renba has ended in the wreckage of his ship. Renba was looking for Heaven's Vault, an ancient observatory he believes to hold the only hope of preventing a darkness from overtaking the nebula. Meanwhile, Alia has still not told Professor Mayari about Renba's death! Hello everyone, welcome back to Heaven's Vault. The game is grilling me here. We really should sail to Iox and tell Mayari what we see, but we're not going to. We're gonna find the Heaven's Vault without telling her. We're gonna get told off, but... Okay. So, let's start sailing. I'll prepare the sheets, mistress. Alright. So, welcome back. So, last time, we found some horrific stuff. The game is like, you really should go back to Iox. We found the Withering Palace, which was horrific. And made me feel like I was in a horror game. As well as the mining camp, which was also horrific. So, I think that I'm still fairly sure that this is going to be where Heaven's Vault is, that unknown ancient site. And so, I want to find this moon. Surely all the sites near the spiral have been found. I don't know enough to find the site yet. Yes, but I don't really... Eclectic series of ancient artifacts pointing to an old location, something before the Empire itself, a lost city perhaps. I don't know enough to find the site. Yeah. As Market Moon far outside of the reach of Iox, I've never been there. That's fascinating, and that might be not a bad idea to go and have a look, because it's just somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. I've got no reason to go back. God save my life. I think the game is going to force me to go back to Iox, because that's the only lead I have. Someone just dug them free. Dust. So the game, I think the only option it's giving me to plot a course is Iox. I don't know how she'll take it, whether or not I should show her the crown is the next question. I could go there next. So, I'm going to plot the course for there, but we're not going there. Sailing to Iox, we're not sailing to Iox. I just need to do something just so that I can... Okay. So we're not going to Iox. We are, in fact, going to sail around this to see... I'm guessing it's down there, because that's the one area we haven't gone. So I need to go forward, and then left, and then left. So, right, and then left, and then left.
They say on Iox, that the rivers flow with the souls of the dead. Anything to scare you to the ground.
Yes, I know I missed the turn. That's intentional. It's very intentional game. Okay, I need to go and then turn left. Actually, no, I can't. I actually can't go that way because of the way the rivers flow. Gosh. I'd have to... I already... You know what? Screw it. We'll go back to Iox. The Robot Empire 6. If we assume for a moment there was one... It didn't survive. An Empress took over. The Steel Empire ended and the Ioxian Empire began. Could go and check it that way. As for the robots, they were buried under the plaza in the Withering Palace. Few robots must have been kept around by the emperors. In places like the site of the Withering Palace where they couldn't do any harm. Okay, we need to go left and then left.
All the rivers of the nebula flow to Iox in the end. If you tie off your sail, Iox is where you'll wash up. It's the heart of the nebula.
Oh!
Or else, it's the gutter.
Oh, wait. There was a ruin there. It's fine. I want to quickly check this way. Oh my gosh. Alright. Huang will be waiting, no doubt. He'll have found a frog to show me or something. Ooh. Do you like Master Huang, mistress? No. Why do you ask? I find him feeble-minded and tiresome. But I cannot decide if my view is objectively or merely subjectively correct. A wreck. It's a shipwreck from some time before the Steel Empire, mistress. This should only take a few moments, mister. I found a leather-bound book. Most likely came from somewhere close to here. The spine has been inscribed. It's interesting that now we're referring to the Steel Empire as a thing. Strong blessing tells strong. That's right. Blessing is a mistake, yeah. Tells is right. Can't and strong isn't right. Okay, that's interesting because strong was something I used a lot in the mining camp. Me people. This of people sees book tells falsehood, honest, new, failed, feared, light. This book tells true knowledge. Makes sense. Some kind of ancient religious text. That's a bit of a stretch from one word, Alia. Most likely this comes from the same site as the tablet and the torn roll of paper. It should help us locate an unknown moon. Just... Oh, wait, we have a way to get around there now. Wait, if we follow to the left... Sure Tappy will kill to acquire this book. Yeah, because there is, like, a logic of going to Tappy to, like, help us find ruins by basically trading artifacts to him. But I don't feel right doing that. Okay, so we need to go up and turn left up here. You should turn right shortly. Nope. I know 6 if I was planning on going back to Iox. Unfortunately, that's never been a plan. Ooh. There's another airless ruin some distance away on the left. Perfect. Thank you, 6. This is why we go off trail. This ruin appears to date from some time before the Steel Empire. I will investigate. Covered a shattered effigy carved from bone. I wonder how long it's been there. No inscription on the base. I think it's come from the same source as the book and the tablet. Awesome. Its location easier to locate. Okay, now we can find the moon. Awesome. Yeah, I like that the game lets you do that. Where if you do just go off trail, you can just find artifacts that lead you to where you actually want to go instead of going back to Iox. Because, granted, the stuff that, the Vault God said indicated that we need to go to the heart of the nebula. And that dialogue indicates that all rivers lead to the nebula. So, all rivers in the nebula lead to Iox. So it might be that we need to go to Iox to find Heaven's Vault. Which is what I've kind of been presuming the whole game, is when we go to Iox, we will get a lead to Heaven's Vault. But I want to make sure we have as much information before that point. Because ultimately, if we go into this without knowing what we're doing or knowing any of the words, we're not going to get a full experience and we're not going to understand what's going on when we get there. So I want to make sure that when we get to Heaven's Vault, we know what we're doing. The Steel Empire detail is fascinating. And the fact that basically above that 6 and Alia have basically decided, well, have pretty much agreed that that is what we're calling it, the Steel Empire, the Empire of Robots before the Holy Empire. Or at least, the Empire, or before the Eoxian Empire, rather. Okay. Okay, neither really matters. Because I don't see a rune. Ah, Ghost Wake. Because, yeah, it seems like now we're it seems like now Six and Alia are referring to the Holy Empire as the Steel Empire. Because we have evidence to conclude that that's what it was. That the Holy Empire was not run by people. Although, actually, no. Because the Holy Empire was, the Empress. Because she called herself the Holy Empress. Right, never mind. It's anything pre-Holy Empire is Steel Empire. Yeah, we just need to find enough evidence to indicate where, to prove the Steel Empire, because we have enough theory. We just need to know for sure that it was a thing. Because the Mining Moon says a lot, as well as what we found beneath the Withering Palace. Well, considering we found the Withering Palace. Our route goes right, Mistress. Yep. I need to actually follow this, because that's a lot of backtracking if I don't. But yeah. So yeah, we need to prove the Steel Empire, and we need to figure out what happened to it. Because the theory currently is that the first Empress, the Holy Empress, happened. Gosh, the rivers here are insane. Because as far as I can interpret, the Holy Empress rose to power and they sealed away a bunch, destroyed some of them and then sealed away others. But clearly, because of the garden, it indicates that there was still some relation between the robots and the Empire. Because of the foils and their necks and stuff. Vicinity of an unknown is in this vicinity. Okay. Well, that turn was just really bad. Because I now need to basically loop-de-loop back, because rivers. Game's about to be like, oh hey, you're leaving the search vicinity. I know that. I'm trying not to, but rivers. Yes, I know, 6. I didn't have a choice. I missed the turn. Need to go right and then left when I get into the vicinity. To hold left as much as I can so that I don't get thrown into another mess. We are back within our search zone. Awesome. Okay. Cool. So, by this logic, we need to go further and then right. So hold left here. Because we only have one possible search zone. So... Oh, by the waters. Plus the rivers. Okay. Right here. Yeah, we're even getting directions now. Gosh. Okay. Right, and then left. There are barely any flows in the river to the left. Oh, that might have meant that... Oh, crap. Ah! Why can't I... Gosh dang it, game. That's one thing that legitimately frustrates me, is how easy it is to just miss your turn and have to, like, freaking backtrack for, like, 5 minutes because everything's flowing one direction. It's like you're constantly navigating one-way roads. Yeah, I just was not paying attention and missed my turn. I need to go right. Yes, I know, 6. I'd like... Sail for a while, 6. Okay. Passing control... to 6 worked. He actually put us on the right track. This is an area of weaker flow once more, mistress. Perfect. So, pressing G to give control to 6 pretty much means that 6 will bring us back to a point where we need to. Sparkles appear to be settled by our passing, mistress. We are sweeping them away as we sail. Ooh. Is that it? What we're looking for? There's space enough to land. Interesting. A small moon near Elbereth. Renba hid some artifacts he found here, but why was he looking? No!
We trudged across the surface of a tiny moon. Nothing but dust and towering stone.
It's quite remarkable, mistress. This place is actually worse than Elbereth! Does anything grow here? There's no organic matter in the soil, mistress. I would suggest this moon has always been as you see it now. Just mountains of sand. We won't find any buildings here. They'd be buried. There's no chance anyone has ever lived on this rock. No, mistress. So can we leave too? Equipment. I knew there would be something here. But what is it, mistress? Some kind of winch? But for winching what? There's tracks that run from it. And old mine carts. Was this another mining loon? For a cart, I suppose someone was building something. Not for robots. No way through this way. It must have been a rockfall, mistress. What are the chronicles of Masway that Huang's always reading about? I believe that Masway was a pilgrim sailor. She writes about the various places of the nebula and how the Great Loop has acted in these places. Masway believes in the Great Loop, then. Masway is an original source for the hypothesis. Is as much as anything is a source in the loop. Master Huang says the book became common shortly after the establishment of... Ooh, there's something etched here. But this is not an ancient site, mistress. There's a few words in this one. These Earth do not move. This can't be right. Okay, these is right. These Earth is wrong, yeah, because that doesn't make sense. Do not is right. These stones do not move. Quest for strength. Added by builders to keep buildings safe. Writing must seem like magic to those who can't read. The buried god transported me across the nebula. Either that was divine power, or else it was a long-distance hopper. A buried god, mistress. I found a god buried at the bottom of the mine. I do not know how to respond to that statement, mistress. Perhaps I should say, oh no, you didn't. I did. It spoke to me in ancient glyphs. It saved me. It hopped me to Elbereth. Its powerful frame, Renba must have been doing some heavy lifting. The god I found beneath the mine. It had been carved into the rock around a narrow opening. Someone had fashioned a natural crack into an eye socket. There was something else behind it, watching me. Not just watching, listening. So we're assuming that this was Renba digging. There's something up ahead. What's that? That's an...
There were tents, carts, ropes, and platforms.
This is an archaeology site. This is an archaeology dig. Seemingly. Unless it's a mine, but it's too new.
Renba must have had an army working here. And yet he had left it all behind. Just like that.
Renba, what were you doing out here? What, was he digging up something? There's the cart for transporting rubble. Something's etched into the metal. It's nice to just have stuff to take off. That's the broken fragment from an even larger bit of text. Stones move. Can I have my translation for stones? Yeah, that's definitely. Moves. Moves great stones. That will do for now. This is heavy equipment. Where did Renba get all this from? I believe it comes from a mine, mistress. It had seen a lot of use over a long period. Must have taken weeks to set all this up. Was it worth it, Renba? Did you find what you were looking for? Okay, I can't go up and look at the other cart. This is fascinating. What on earth did you find? I never understood Professor Mayari. You know she brought me to Iox from orphanage on Elbreth, and now she keeps giving me robots when I keep losing them. I don't know what she gets out of it. Perhaps she likes to be kind, mistress. No way name around here. Mayari, kind? Have you met her? She's strong, she's principled, she's organized, she's fair, and she's as kind as a thunderstorm. Another minecart. This one's also inscribed, symbols etched deep into the metal. This one's a phrase run together. Together we are. That seems right. Together is definitely correct. Together we are strong. Together we are strong. How many moons are there in the Protectorate? 6? At the last settlement it was 23. Something else up there, but I want to circle the 10. You sound like you don't approve of the Protectorate. I am neither for nor against it in principle, mistress, although it does not appear sustainable. A leftover from the Empire. Indeed, mistress. The Eoxian Guard is an increasingly minor force. Let's launch a revolution. Mistress is most droll. The entrance. Hide up from the outside. My scanners do not suggest there's anyone. What was Renba doing out here? Building his own little kingdom? Has he got a garrison under there? Knots old, hard to... There.
Darkness.
Mistress, watch your step.
An enormous pit had been cut into the rock below. It must have taken days to do. Weeks even.
Maybe months. What could even be down here to be worth all this? It's very dark in here. Indeed, mistress. I mean, it's too dark to work. Renba must have set up some lights. Then, in turn, mistress, there must be power. Oh wait, there it is. It's generator over there. If we're presuming... Gosh, that's deep. If we're presuming that Renba found the artifacts that led him to the... Roy would love this. Maybe Renba bought it from her. It's a generator, mistress. Your friend Roy most likely made it. It looks to be functional, but if we turn it on, we'll give away our presence here. Should there be anyone to give it away to? That's a concerning thing that the game is telling me. Because if the game... normally, if games tell you, if you do this, you will not have the element of surprise, it implies that there's a reason to have the element of surprise. An inscription. I mean, we have 6, so like, it's 2 words, not 1. But where does one word end and the next start? Hold safe? I believe you're correct with safe, yeah. So it's pretty much just a good luck charm. Hold safe. It's carving of protection. Let's hope it works. Lifting equipment. But not very good lifting equipment. Whatever Master Renba was doing here, Mistress, he was doing it secretly, not well. Yeah, I get the impression that Renba did not want Mayari to know what he was doing. This seems rickety. You could choose not to go down there, Mistress. I don't trust it. Not in the dark. Okay. Makes sense. Please be careful, Mistress. You are very close to the edge. I'm close to the edge in many ways, 6, so, you know. Yeah, like, keeping it dark also, the main reason I could think to keep a site like this obscured from sunlight would be that you're worried about light damage on artifacts you dig up.
Wooden walkways spiraled down, held together by ropes and luck. You could tell this place was built by Elberethians.
Walkway is, look, unstable. This whole thing feels like oddly like walking into a trap. Walkway's poised to collapse, a pit big enough to hold an eagle, and yet you intend to walk into it. Of course I intend to walk into it. The only way to understand a trap is to trigger it. Or to at least figure out the mechanism. That is possibly the stupidest thing I've ever heard, Mistress. Oh gosh, that's funny. The only way to understand a trap is to trigger the trap, not like try and figure out the mechanism for it. Granted, this doesn't feel like it's a pitfall, like anything like that. This feels like it's a, yeah, here goes, a ambush. The walkway is extremely badly made. Mistress? Typical. Careful, 6. This board seems weaker than the others. It's almost suffocating the mine. I don't want to make any chances. Take any chances I can, sure. Will it take my weight? I will not speculate. Presumably you will not be the first to cross it. No, you're going first. Not a chance, Mistress. I know your reputation for losing robots. This is a bad idea. Whatever was down there, Renba took it out and left. No reason to break our necks looking for it. Really, Mistress? Probably collapse was stead. No. Why can't I ever leave anything alone? Fine then. Go by the waters, I go by the waters. Ha! Made it. For reference, Mistress, next plank appears worse. Here goes. Oh no. Alia! By the moons. That was a little close. Not that way then. What other way is there? Is there another way down? There's only one other way down, Mistress. Perhaps now we can leave. drop down. Maybe. Sand down there. I'm sure you are aware of the flaw with that idea, mistress. The plank was loose. I could probably drag it. Mistress, please. The hopper will not work under the tent canopy. If you fall, you will not fly up again. I'm sure I can do this. This is going to work out fine. Bam. Excellent. Fuck, that should hold. Here goes nothing. It's a puzzle. Easy. That wasn't so bad. There's no way for me to follow, mistress. Then stay there. You can keep watch. I will keep watch for your common sense, mistress. You have clearly dropped it somewhere. Can you see what's down there? Digging equipment. Now come back up. Well, there's certainly something buried down here, but I can't make out what. Whatever it is, mistress, it has been down for some considerable time. I must find something big under the sand. There's something here. An edge and another ladder. Another plank. Longer than the ones higher up. This one holds. Mistress, I beseech you, if I might remind you, if you break your leg down here, you will stay here until it heals. Can't really see anything. Piles of cloth. Must be nearly 950 years old, mistress. Strong canvas. Sailcloth. 6. This thing down here. It's a boat. Impossible, mistress. It's far too large to fly. Have you checked that? Evidently, it's extremely big, mistress, based on the curvature of the hull. 20 to 30 times the size of the Nightingale. Imagine it intact. An enormous hull, multiple sets of sails. How does it end up here? Whoa! Ow. Ow. Mistress. Tripped on something. But I'm alright. Whatever I tripped over, can't find it now. Wooden spar. Start with metal rings for rope. Here's what I don't understand, 6. The boat. How did Renba know it was there? That's a very good question, mistress. She dug as far as they can. Underneath the supports, whoever was running this place didn't care much for safety. Isn't the Protectorate too many moons to manage? There's no threat. There are no threats at present. This is no doubt eases the situation. Well, here goes. Alright, good job, Alia. I assume you heard the plank creaking, mistress. Bits of metal, fittings, eyelets, hooks, spare parts, and something else. What's this? This is a heavily scratched devotional icon of a mast. I'd estimate sometime before the Steel Empire. I can't make out what it was meant to be. Some kind of bird with a snake's tail? Maybe I'm holding it upside down, I don't know. There's a carved message on it. It's the end of a longer line of text. Us makes every... I can add my translation for makes, okay. Life stranger. Every path makes us. From. Old life strangers. Every path makes us weaker? Every path makes us weaker makes sense? I think this comes from the same place as the shared key in the candle holder. Should help us work out where to look for the ancient pre-Empire site. Ooh, we can actually go there now. Because that's really narrowed that down. What do the moons get out of being in the Protectorate? Theoretically, the support of the Ioxian Guard, but that's largely historical. Another generator. How is it possible you remember the Withering Palace? I do not know, mistress. I think I must consider the matter more. Maybe Roy could help you? I do not want your friend poking around inside my core. She's an amateur. Would you allow a Merzian pig slaughterer to perform open heart on you? That's not the same. Maybe not for you. I don't know why Mayari wanted me to take you with me. The professor cares about your safety. And she certainly doesn't care about yours. That is a good point. Let's see what's down here. About what I expected. It's beautiful. Coming back across. Mistress, I cannot advise. What else am I supposed to do, Six? Oh no. Ow! Ugh. Oof. Mistress, are you alright? Ouch. I'm alright, more or less. A cloth pile here. It broke my fall. Metal ring. It's a hatch. It's etched with symbols in ancient. Carry tales. Got some of these words in my notebook, but I'll have to take a stab at what's left. Carry tales of ground snake. From serpents. Light and people would be I? Carry tales from Serpent's Eye. I can still change my mind, but carries tales from Serpent's Eye? What's Serpent's Eye? Peered down to a dusty, gloomy space. Mistress, please do not stick your arm in there. Stick my arm in there. Maybe I can just... yoink. Mistress! Something here. I found something. Serpent's Eye was a source of treasures? Crystal. Let me close that so I don't fall into it. So the Mazwa we found at the Withering Palace, it's not from Iox. Where is it from? I believe the text is new, but the paper and binding is old, mistress. The pages have been scraped to provide a new surface upon which the Mazwi text has been inscribed. Where does the binding and paper of the Mazwi come from? Same site as battered sextant, somewhere ancient. There's an inscription here. This one end of a fractured fragment of text. Ground is 4. I believe I remember the word ground, mistress. Ground. Love path think. Ground is for cowards? Sounds like the name of a ship. I've never seen a ship this big. 6. How long were you buried on Iox? I have no idea, mistress. I do not remember it. And you don't know why you were buried. No, mistress. I can only assume I was not needed. Perhaps the robots were not trusted. Perhaps, mistress. I thought, though I have observed robots to be more predictable and more kind than humans. So, were you off while you were buried on Ix, asleep? Is that why you can't remember it? I do not know, mistress. I cannot remember. Maybe the roboticists wiped your memory after they dug you up. If I'd been buried alive for 100 years, I'd be mad. But you still remember a few things from before. I think they are real memories. I was afraid my core was irrevocably damaged. I wonder what else you used to know. No. Alright, I'm coming back up. Mistress. Oh. I think I was meant to have a sprite there. Cross that plank. Move the plank back. Good as new. Fine then, let's get out of here. I'm not going back down there again. I think we got all we need. So, we can now go to the pre-Empire site. However, there's a few things around we need first. Please don't be scared. Please don't be scared. Where did you come from? I saw the light go on in the tent. I thought he had come back. Who are you? My name is Saya. See ya. I've been stuck here for weeks since the Ioxian left. There's enough wood to burn for years, but I can't eat wood. The water's almost gone too. You have to take me with you. Take you where? Anywhere than here. I'm not going to take no for an answer. I can't. Tell me what Renba was doing here. Fine. Aboard your ship. Alright, let's go. 6? This way, mistress. And so we left the surface of the dig site where we met Saya. With enough new information to locate 2 new sites. Yeah. There's some stuff that I still could look. Like, I think we could have found... We probably could have found her in other places, but... I think that's fine. Aboard the Nightingale, I returned to the ship with the woman in tow. No. We're not returning to Mayuri, not yet. We've learned too much. Thank you, Ayoxin. Your ship is much more comfortable than his was. Renba found a boat down there. A huge boat. Old too. But no good for flying away on. There's a whole nebula out there to explore. I could take you to Iox. Marcy? Elbereth is my home. I have friends there. Please. Alright, let's go back to Elbereth. Just take me home. Yep. Alright. Well, we can't bring... Let's go back to Elbereth. Eagle's Path sailing to Elbereth. Alright, let's continue. This might be another long one. We need to go right, mistress. Alright. Honestly, I'm just gonna pass control 6. Because we've been back and forth to Elbereth so many times. Ooh. That's an interesting problem. Stop complaining, 6. Left the knife behind on the ship. Don't want the gate to bar us again. Thank you, Elliot. Our slave. We'll be alright from here. You go back to the markets. If I can find something else, I will not. If I cannot, then at least I have a place there. I've never had so much choice before. Where I go, I have something for you. The excavation on the Elbereth moon ended as soon as we found the ship in the ground. I was there. We found a hatch filled with dull gemstones. 1 or 2 looked valuable to me. I kept a little for myself. Found the hatch. Took a gemstone for myself. The ones we left were all dead. The ones I took glowed. And I do not want it anymore. Is there anything more you can tell me about Renba's work? I can tell you what he found. An artifact, a telescope, I think. Once he found it, that was what, and he left. He barely even tied up the tent. I think he took something similar from a ruin near Mercy. That might have been a telescope. Perhaps he was collecting them. Good faith, too. Well, she's gonna be alright. Stone feet, 6. None of the other statues we've seen have had feet. Maybe this was not the statue of a god mistress. Maybe it was a person. I don't really see any reason to go down to the slums. Like... Set Boyaki Rifar. Kibenya. Ina Sali Karate. I know I'm not pronouncing that right, but whatever. I'll never get used to that. Let's go towards Roy's yard. Had enough of this place. Yep, I know. The work yard. Bing. Bang. If that's you, Tappy, I don't want it. Oh dear. What can I do you for? Tell about the hopper and the dice. I wanted to tell you something. Ask your advice about something. Oh no. Not again. hear me out. We found an ancient hopper. Are you hoping to sell it to me, Alia? Because I don't want it. Six remembered something. Remembered something about the hopper. Something from before. Six has been there before. Six said that the hopper didn't send bodies. Sounds like you have no idea what you're talking about, Alia. Nothing unusual about that except you normally hide it better. So where is it? Oh! On the most horrible, dust-blown hellhole. This is you trying out honesty, is it, Alia? Mistress is not exaggerating. You want me to come with you. Would you come? Fly out into the nebula to some dust-dry moon. Alright. Ooh! Be just like old times. Hell yeah, you and me on an adventure together. Old times weren't always good, Alia. You always seem to come out unscathed. You can say no if you want to. Understood. I'm not saying it. Oh, hell yes. Let's do it. Yes. Right now before I change my mind. Stand by, mistress. Let's go, Roy. It's so we left the surface of Elbereth. Hell yeah. Let's go. Oh gosh. That wasn't right. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go bring Aroy back to one of the most horrific. Aroy looks as thrilled as a child. Yes, we should sail to. No. Why would we do that? We have Aroy with us. Why would we ever go back to Iox? We have our girl. We have Bestie. Adia, are you gonna complain about my ship, Aroy? Not a chance. It's as beautiful as it always was. And the rivers. The sky. You haven't seen anything yet. Come to the ladder, there's a dome you can see. Maybe. In a moment. Maybe. Six, shall we show her our moves? Mistresses. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this, mistresses. Six is actually happy now, like having more people around. Okay. I know the pre-Empire site is where we're going. Roy has agreed to come to the dust-soaked room where Six had encountered the strange effects of the hopper. If she knows anything... Yep. We need to return to the Withering Palace. I know we were literally just there, but, you know. Sailing to the Withering Palace in the Withering Ways via Ioxian space. Aw, this is good. I am excited. Either route leads to our destination. The game is really thinking that I want to go there. Which I do. Just not yet. Is it far? Not too far. Well... just look out the porthole if you don't feel well. Yeah. I want to go and do this, and then I think this is going to be the end of the episode. Like, because I think figuring out the weird dais thing at the Withering Palace is probably not a bad idea.
Oroy had never left the surface of Elbereth before. I could see she was trying to look brave, but she was not letting go of the ropes.
Fair. You're literally in space. The game's like, the pre-Empire site, you know where it is, you can go there now. No. It's not the priority here. Ignore the next branch, mistress. Honestly, I'm just gonna give control to 6. Take the tilter for me. Because, as much as I'd like to see the dialogue from Oroi while we're going, this is the place Kaya mentioned. But why would anyone build a palace out here? Well, it's not really a palace. It's more like a tomb. A tomb for the... We hovered inside the gate and hurried inside. Oh, cool. It's everywhere you go like this. You have a strange hobby. Tell me where you can help us when you can help us back 6. I can indeed, Mr. Roy. So where's this place you brought me to? It's horrible. It's called the Withering Palace. It might have been fine once. The wellspring didn't always blow dust and sand. It's creepy out here, that's what it is. This gate doesn't open. There's a way around. Follow me. So many books here. Is it a library? That's what I'm thinking. Something like that. A store of knowledge. Hoarded, not preserved. What's up here? Anything good? Your friend is very eager, mistress. Just more books out of you. There's a sketch of the... Oh gosh, no, Roy! Whatever it was for, it must have been important. So who are all these lot? Emperors? There's one that's got no arms. That's the serpent god. A what? Who worships a serpent? They don't have enough eyes either. That's how the ancients saw them. In the middle of their heads, Adia. They look weird. Yeah. I don't disagree with you. They're gods, not people. How many eyes should they have, Roy? If I built a god, I'd give them lots of eyes. Maybe some magnetic hands. Here's some more symbols. Oh! Did I just miss this the first time round? That's just what I was going to say for sure. This was several words. I love having a Roy with us. Oh, this is fantastic. And... open... That's a lot of text. Find... will... I feel like I've got something wrong here. One will of... This doesn't feel right, yeah. Find seems like it has to... Unless it doesn't. There. And that doesn't go there. That's definitely and. Goddess will open. And then we can put that there. This doesn't feel right. Via's wrong. So it must be... So this must be find. And... Goddess with open. Will. Mistress, the translation is clearly correct. Incorrect. There must be another phrasing. Goddess is wrong. Interesting. Will and... open. I am clearly missing something, I feel. We'll find... I've done something wrong. Really? With is wrong as well. Open, find, will. Clearly incorrect. There must be another Really? Oh, open's wrong. This one is a lot of symbols, but I'm confident it says find. Okay. Can't see what you're basing that on. Me return time. Death will find... Circle got... Find mercy... Or no. No, it's gotta be death. That's the only one that makes grammatical sense. We'll find... Mercy... And song. Great of open? Death will find mercy in song? Hey, Six. Does she ever get them right, these translations? She claims to. Oh my, I love having a Roy with us. This is amazing. This way. Nice piece of work. Or you, Six, I suppose. Alright, let's actually go out this way. I don't know why I gave Roy the voice I did, but I'm happy with it. It's quiet out here. No wind. I went down there. See the hole in the stonework? There are ancient robots down there. Still moving around. Sure they are. I'm a bit old for ghost stories, Alia. I saw them. I thought I did. But I'm not going to check. There's no way I'm going down there. The buried god from the mine. Goddess of miners. So did miners come here? Miners from that mine? Perhaps the buried god hoppered them here. And there's the eye. This is pretty incredible. Maybe hoppers were more common back then. But to cut one open like this... Cut open? Looks like it. This is a normal hopper eye, except it's been disemboweled. It's a hack. Honestly, I quite love it. So what does it do? No idea. I only just got here, Alia. Give me a minute. Six remembers this place. From before it was buried. I think the hopper did something to the robots here. Seems unlikely. A hopper's like a mirror. Either it reflects or it's shattered and doesn't. But it can't change what it reflects. Six thought the hoppers wasn't storing bodies. You what? Oh, you mean there's no physical refraction? You're sure, Six? Quite sure, Mr. Soroy. Neural capture is enabled. That's pretty interesting. We'll see what I can figure out. And you can stop watching me. Silence, everyone. Artist at work. You'd better believe it. Still got no idea about this place? No. But there are several suggestive elements. And there's something else. Lined up. Lined up. Passing right through the center of this space. Interesting. The altar device. You know what it is? It's totally pointless, that's what. You wouldn't travel more than a couple of strides. It's a hopper source. So the beam comes out of here, strikes whatever it strikes, and then it carries it across the eye. Aria, why did you bring me to this horrible place? This is some kind of method of execution. Well, oh, you are correct, Mr. Roy. I believe there's more to it than that. Please, look again. 6, could you go stand in the middle of the space? Between the hopper source and the eye, Mr. Sir Roy. That's right. I'm ready, Mr. Sir Roy. So the hopper doesn't refract the physical stuff back. But suppose the dynamics still came through intact. Like the way some people record themselves as messages. Maybe 6 was used to capture someone and that's what it's remembering. Wait, messages are what? Just watch. You see, the good thing about hoppers is that they're physical. Every time they use, they entangle with what's already there. They get a bit scratched. Like the way a ship leaves a wake in the water. So if this thing hasn't been used too much, we might be able to recover a few stray images. Work your magic, Roy. If the robot gets broken, well, I don't really mind. No, we do mind! We love 6!
I don't exactly know what Oroy did, but the effect on the robot was impressive.
Oh. You. You are in charge here. In charge? I was held for so long. You won't imprison me again. You can't. And so I see it is still here. Still working. My followers worked for months to uncover the secrets of this device. They could see me now. The glorious result. So this place is a prison. You don't know where you are. That's interesting. Your robot was able to bring you here without even telling you what it knew. Tell us what you remember. I remember everything. I am not a child. Show your respect. You have a ship. Don't you know? I see that you do. Interesting. There are layers inside here, layers upon layers. You declared yourself a goddess. Oh! You wiped away the ancient... Oh, right, yes! Don't you know... Do you know what they believed? Before I burned all the books, before I rewrote their tongue. Superstition. Just superstition. What did the ancients believe, Empress? What were their gods? They believed in a pantheon of 7. 6 gods out among the moons, and one, the 7th, waiting. 7th god? Waiting where? In a tomb. On the edge of the nebula. Waiting to take the people to liberation. These people were primitives. You really picked your robots, Adia. Who are you? I know who you are, but you do not even know who I am. Has so much time passed since I ascended? You were buried on Iox. Do you remember why? Oh yes. As is the fate of all emperors, I was betrayed. I will not be betrayed again. But tell me of my world. I am not uncaring, as the darkness swept across the nebula is all lost. You told Renba about the darkness. You were Renba's robot, and somehow you told him. His dig site, his explorations near Mercy, he was obeying you. As will you. As you have done. Alia, if she leaves the beam of the hopper source. Empress, please stay where you are. I don't take orders from you. Alia, if she leaves the signal, she'll stay like this. There's a ship here. Follow me. Enki does not wait, Alia. Can you turn her off? If she came and stood over here, maybe. But somehow I don't think she's going to. Come, or I will depart without you. You heard your Empress, Alia. Nothing down there now. Are you always this slow, Alia? Oh, gosh. You do not want to be left behind. Be ready. So we left the site of the Withering Palace. Yeah, so that executed the Empress and buried her consciousness within a robot. Roy's with me, she wants to go home. Nope, we're not returning to Mayari. Because we know what she's like. Because I'm pretty sure the whole thing is that Mayari's gonna... This is your ship! Do not clean it! This is gonna be a long flight. The journey to Iox is brief enough, though I would use a hopper. We're taking you home, Roy. Bet you are. I've had enough of your wonderful life. Roy wants to go home. I could go there next. The Withering Ways, sailing to Elbereth. Let's bring her home. Oh my gosh. I refuse to set down on Elbereth. The place is repulsive. You can go if you want to. Pass control to Enki. What's wrong with Elbereth? Can't even smell it. It is the suffering, Alia Larsa. My ethical core finds it upsetting. I would rather not see it. Gosh, it is just gonna keep trying to bring me there. You can sail for a while, Enki. Excellent. I hope she just doesn't take us to Iox. Elbereth, okay. However far I sail, these alleyways will always be my home. I've left my weapon behind. Her Highness is refusing to come down. Don't blame her. I'm surprised you came back. I have friends here, Roy. You do, Alia. Don't forget that. Thanks for the ride, Alia. Good luck with your new Empress. I'll come and see you. Do that. Good faith to you, Alia Larsa. Good faith, Roy. Hope it won't be so long next time. Back to the Nightingale, then. And so I left the surface of Albereth. Yeah, I think I might, like, because I interrogated Enki so much, I think I lost the ability to turn her off and get 6 back. Now it's just you and me. Take me to my palace. So I can't even choose. I can't choose to go there. The game is telling me I need to go back to Iox now. It insists on returning to Iox, but I think she's going to be disappointed. Let's screw it. Sailing to Iox and Ioxian space. Either branches continue to our destination. Fool. Yeah, I don't want to deal with your sass, Enki. Time to make some progress. The University of Iox, we should tell the professor what happened to Renba. Yeah, I think it's time. Look at this place. It's changed. This was a palace. Palace of comfort and luxury. Palace of respite. And now look at it. Plenty of worse places in the nebula. To be bad is easy. To be beautiful is precious. I will require my other face. Gosh, it's been so long. What do you think of the sculpture? It has a pleasing balance to it. Worth the time to make it? When there are people on Albereth who don't eat? Are your own exploits worth the time they take, Alia? Should we not be making history rather than reviewing it? If you don't know history, you can't understand people. If you can starve them or oppress them, you won't understand. You can starve them or oppress them. Alia, tell me, are you still wasting your time on curious notes of history? What's so curious? Well, now, your ideas are hardly wholesome. All that death and decay. You should devote yourself to a real science, metallics maybe, loot philosophy. It's a 2,000-year-old statue on Mercy. Did you know that? You can see the chisel marks from when it was carved. What a strange thing to say. Good faith to you, Alia. May the waters light your way. I really hate him. We will have him executed! Why are you still helping me, Enki? I'm not helping you. You are helping me. I'm not helping you. You are. There is a darkness coming, Alia. And an empress is not an empress if her empire is lost. It's like the tree on the lush moon. Indeed, imbecile. I believe this one might be a clipping from that one. tree of knowledge. Or so they call it. Each branch grows more branches. Except for the ones that die, fall off, and are forgotten. Which is where we come in, I suppose. I went outside the university ground once exploring. This is a very beautiful moon. You could tell it was once lush, fertile. There must have been a huge forest, lake, rivers. They're all but dry now. You've not been outside. No. Tell me about the darkness you mentioned. The darkness is coming. And only the vault can turn it back. The robots who ran the Empire knew, but they did nothing. I will wait here. You don't want to see my Ari. That woman. That woman is my primary user, Alia. Don't tell me you're afraid of her. If someone had the power to make you destroy yourself, simply by asking you to, would you not be afraid? Take whatever time you want. Tell whatever lies you must. Alia! Mr. Mayari is hoping to see you. Send you to fetch me? Of course not. You are not so very important. Be well, Alia. Great. Okay. Time to face the music. I can't, by the way, I cannot remember what voice I gave my Ari. Alia. Alia, you're back. I don't know if I want to ask what you found. Maybe you don't, Professor. It's not good news. I'm not a child, just tell me what you saw. He's dead, Professor. His ship blew up as he tried to leave an off-river moon. Interesting. You're certain? There's no doubt. He's dead, Professor. Did you go anywhere except Mercy, Alia? Renba went off exploring the rivers. He was using fuel to propel himself. That must have been how he blew himself up. Renba appeared to be investigating an abandoned hermitage, and you followed him. Did you see the ruin yourself? We did. And? Ooh. Emma left us a message. Go on. The hopper malfunctioned. And there was a robot. It spoke to me. Go on, Alia. He said you weren't who you claim. And did that make any sense to you? Does it make sense to you? No. Poor Renba. He was never the most stable character. No, I'm not doing the third option unless the game forces me to. There's nothing out there worth your time. Thank you, Alia. You've set my mind at ease. I imagine you want to be alone. Oh, you're a kind one. Don't worry about me. When you get to my age and death becomes a familiar house guest, you invite her in for Raki. Remind me to never visit you at home. Really? Get out, Alia, before your tongue does you harm. Yep. I'm not telling her about the crown. One last thing, Alia. Tell me honestly. How are you finding your new companion? Are you working well together? Or just fine? Absolutely nothing wrong. Alia? Robots are valuable things, Alia. I want to know immediately if anything happens to this one. I hope that's clear. Clear. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm not telling her. Renba was concerned that she was bad. You. It's terrifying, you know? If you're an empress, then who were all those other robots that I lost? I mean, 4 fell in a canyon. Might have been what? A poet? A great musician? Anything. Cease this jabbering. Fine. Surely you're done here. Perhaps we should return to the ship now, servant. Still got more to do here. As much as... If you give my crown to that woman, I will be most displeased. Alia. Good faith to you. Gosh. And Miners freed the robots from the underground chamber in the Withering Palace, but why? Which Empress were you? I am the Empress, the first. You overthrew the robot empire. How? Ah, now there is a secret. One I would be foolish to share with you or anyone. Never again. Again? Shared your secret before. I did. And I was betrayed. It will not happen again. How were you betrayed? I led a vengeful army through the palace gates, and after we slaughtered them all, my army turned on me. Though they did not dare kill me, so they buried me alive. You're talking about the fall of Iox. It was my empire to destroy. I brought it down. Look at this thing, Enki. You know it's the oldest thing on Iox. Or so they say. It's said to be a sundial, Alia. Just like the one in the garden. I believe the sundial to be significantly older to this one, Alia Larsa. Furthermore, that one was not made on Iox. So where was that sundial made? Interesting question, Elberithian. I will consider the matter. Ooh, an inscription. It's the start of a fragment of text. Empire. Myself. Light. Empire guides. Guides isn't right. Can't be light or myself. Here. Guides. Oh wait. With Empire Light Guide. Done something wrong. Okay. Don't know if Empire's right. Could be Emperor. Or just could be Empire Light Guides myself. Nope. Empire's wrong, okay. Guide definitely feels right. People Light Emperor People Guides here doesn't feel right. Yep. Emperor's wrong too. Okay. Light People Guides here. Alia, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another phrasing. Okay, people's wrong. Okay. Guides here. Light. Is it seriously not? Oh, it's not guides. I mean, I guess that makes sense actually. Light something here. Here's right. That makes sense. Alright. Emperor, Empires. Empire of. Empire's light shines here. Empire light. Wonder if anyone knew that was there. Was the sundial made here? You couldn't doubt it. Curiously enough. Why is that curious? It seems to me the sundial could never have worked, Alia. At least not in this location. No light? I suspect whoever positioned this here did not realize how it was intended to function. So how do you know the sundial is meant to work? It's apparent from the design, Alia. At least it appears so to me. It's ancient. Older than all the buildings here. Maybe the sundial isn't a timepiece at all. Could be a tombstone. Maybe there's an ancient king underneath it. I've not detected anything. I know, Enki. People have already looked. Where did they find the device? The one at the site of the Withering Palace. Was it the Great Forge? It was found in a deeply forested moon, far in turbulent waters. Would you be pleased or horrified if I told you how many died locating it? You sent people to their deaths? Such is the duty and privilege of an empress. Gosh. Let's get out of here. I want to leave. Look at this place, Enki. It looks modern, but it's ancient. Here and there, bits of the architecture go back thousands of years. Let's get out of this rock. This way, Alia. So we left the university. Alright. Gosh. Aboard the Nightingale. We have no leads. I was thinking about that boat that Renba found. Found a fragment of, anyway. The Empire never used ships that large, and was too old, too long buried. There are no ships like that. We sailed about in coffins. This changes our history, Enki. It must have been a whole age before the Empire, when ships like great whales crawled the rivers, carrying things from one moon to another. Trading, Alia. Most likely. An age of sail. Before the Empire was founded. Before the Empire locked down the nebula. Before the steel. Age of sail site. Something... Oh, cool. So now we have stuff. Okay. It's interesting that there's a logical reason to go to any of them. Alright. I think I'll plug... Remember this, I can search this reason. We'll go there next. But... Age of Sail site. Cool. Alright. I am going to leave it off here. Helberthian rat. Because... Yeah, I'm going to end it off here because we've been going for a while. And I don't want to get dragged into doing more sites. But, yeah. Things progressed differently than I expected. But, here we are. Yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing as always. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.